Hey, what's good, y'all? So if y'all watched my last video, y'all will see that I failed my funded account and I had a new combine that I failed as well, trying to go high risk on that. But I failed both of those. So I got not a funded, I got a new combine and I got two combines. One I paid for, one was a free reset that Topstep gave us from all the volatility. So I just activated the free one today, but I've been trading on the one I paid for. I traded that today. So I'm gonna be going over that trade that I took this morning, and then I'll be going over like my trading journal. I kind of revised some things after doing more journaling to see my better setups and stuff. So I can up my win percentage because my win percentage is about like 40% right now. I'm trying to get it up to about 60. So I win about 2 out of 5 trades a week. And if I can get that to about three wins out of two a week, that'll up my win percentage quite a lot. So before that, I'm gonna start my new playlist. So my old playlist was to get my first payout. I did get my first payout, but it was only $200. But it is what it is. It was still a payout. But this series is gonna be a little longer. This is going to be my road to six figures. So um, I'm gonna obviously be using trading for that. Maybe other sources of income, but if it if I use other sources of income, it's going to be funded by trading. So that's going to be the series. I'm gonna start with this video. But for right now, though, I'm gonna go over this trade, and then after I go over my trading journal. So I'm gonna get rid of most of these lines. These was just higher time frame highs and lows that I marked up. It was a whole lot on the 1 hour and 4 hour time frame. So I'm gonna delete these because they're irrelevant to my trade for this morning. So let me delete this one too. Okay, so I took a higher time frame liquidity sweep entry, and I think let me see what time frame. It was a 1 hour liquidity sweep entry, and so let me mark the 6 a.m. 6 a.m. was here, and basically, real simple. I waited for price to come up and sweep these highs, and I look on the 5 minutes specifically because I want to see what the candles are doing. So if I get aggressive breaks through the zone, usually about 2 to 3 strong candles, I won't enter. This zone would be invalid for me to enter off of. But in this case, it broke through and it really just started consolidating right on top of the zone. So, with that being said, it was still valid. And all I did was, it's just real simple. All I did was wait for a break of this candle. So, price was pushing bullish heavily even before 6 a.m. This to 6 a.m., this white dotted vertical line. But ever since 4:50 that morning, it was just pushing bullish all the way up to break this 1 hour high. And so I was kind of hesitant on taking the sales because I didn't know if it was going to be a fake out or not. So I didn't enter after break of this candle here. And that was really just the only candle that got broken was here. And then I got this fake out right here. It pushed up. I was like, oh, it's gonna push up some more. And I was about to invalidate this entry, but then it closed less than 50% of the overall candle. So with that being said, that was giving me more confluence to enter, as well because of this consolidation right here. It consolidated before it dropped. So right here, it didn't consolidate as long, but it still gave me a brief consolidation, and then it did a heavy drop. So I didn't capture the whole move. Obviously, I actually only captured, as you can see, 1.5%. But I usually go for 2%. You see that would have hit as well, but I only took one and a half because I think I risked about 600 on this trade, and then that gave me enough. I'm trying to get $1,000 a day. I used to do try to get like 1,500 a day, but I was just going to do $1,000 a day, a little less risk, and try to pass it within 3 days. So, well, actually, a little bit over 1,000 because I don't want to hit 1,000 on the mark, and then the commission will take a little bit of the profit. So I have to end up trading the fourth day to make that little change. So today I made 1,000, and let me see, I made $1,044 on this combine. Still 50K. I'll just go for 50K right now. And so yeah, like I was saying, this counter right here gave me more confirmation to enter. I had this bearish candle, it didn't break, and I had this little doji that obviously didn't break either. And then once I got this candle and it started to break here, I instantly entered. I think I did one contract on ES on a mini, and then I put my stop loss here instead of here because this is like a fake out. So I didn't put my stop loss all the way up here, but it would have been safer. But if I put it all the way up here, um, I still would have got a one and a half, but I wouldn't have got a 1 to 2 if that's what I was aiming for. But it worked out how it worked out right here. You know, two candles, and then it instantly blew through my TP. And also, what I want to point out is this is the initial zone I had marked up from 6 a.m. that I was waiting to retest, but then it just continued to leave this area. So once price came down and hit my TP and all that, and it retested this 15-minute zone, this also gave me a possible entry if I would have missed this entry. So got this counter right here that was broken, and I would have entered like this, stop loss below this wick, and it's a 1 to 2 right here, and it went for what is this? It went for 41 points for a 1 to 8. So that entry would have worked out as well. And so this entry right here actually leads me to the point I wanted to make about my trading journal. So I updated my trading journal right here. I use the website Airtable for my trading journal, and I just customize it on my own. So what I made different was, if you see my trading journal from my last videos, you'll remember what it used to look like. But if this is your first time, then it is what it is. But the things I added was this risk parameters. So this is more so for my funded account. The combine, I risk a little more, so this doesn't fit into the combine. But my funded accounts, I want to stay between 200 and 500 risk, and my target to be between 400 and $1,000 for my target. And so I added that, and I also added this entry. I added a 15-minute breaker structure entry because what I've noticed was my 5-minute breaker structure entries. A lot of times I get stopped out, and the 5 minute would give you way more entries within my 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. trading time frame than the 15-minute, because it's a lower time frame. So if I go back to the charts, um, just a 5 minute, so just a regular breaker structure. So if I just uh, chart this, it broke structure here. It didn't really give a retest, but then it broke structure here and it retested. And this one specifically would have worked out if I would have entered off of this. But more times than not, it will stop me out and then end up doing what I want it to do all along. So the 15-minute zones I seen, at least with my specific strategy, the 15-minute zones play out way better. And also, if you watch some of my previous videos of me trading, you will see that I marked out my areas of what I was interested in. And then once price went along, I found a new entry after 5 minute that printed during my actual trading hours. And I also had the 15-minute zone that developed before my trading hours that I was looking to get retested. But the 5 minute ended up creating me an entry first. And so I would enter out the 5 minute. And since I only take one trade a day, every day I would just end it with a loss. And then next thing you know, I come and review my trade and it ended up hitting my 15-minute zone all along. And it was like if I would have just stuck with my original trade idea instead of looking at the 5 minute, just focus on my 15-minute zones and then modify the zones on the 5 minute, those zones play out more times than not. So that's the most important thing I added to here. And so I still got a 5 minute breaker structure entry, but that's specifically for, say, for instance, this is the 15-minute zone I was looking at. If price shot up and then gave me a breaker structure to the downside, then I'm allowed to sell into the 15-minute zone once the 5 minute creates bearish structure. And then, you know, same like this, it went into the 15-minute zone. Then I have an opportunity to buy up if I did miss that 5 minute entry, or in this case, this higher time frame liquidity sweep entry. So that's why I still got the 5 minute on here. And then more with that, if I scroll to the left, scroll to the right. Um, well, this I just added this entry template. This just basically did I follow step by step rules of my plan. I got 3 steps, and if I follow each step, then I just check mark that. So win loss I already had that. Recap I already had that. So I added this A plus setup, B plus setup, and C setup. So if I can click it, I don't even have to click it. So right here, A plus setup is a 4 out of 4 of my I said 3. I actually have 4 criteria of to enter a trade. But if I check 4 out of 4, and it's the entry of my 15-minute supply and demand zone or the higher time frame liquidity sweep entry, like I just took today, that's a plus setup. A B plus setup is if I have 4 out of 4 checked, but it's a 5 minute supply and demand zone entry, because like I was saying, the 5 minute, my entry be correct, but it will stop me out and then end up going my direction afterwards. So I have won a lot on the 5 minute setup, but I think I lost either half of the time or even more times than I've won um, on a 5 minute setup. So that's why it's a B plus setup. And then the C setup is basically not all of my criteria is checked. It's just 3 out of 4. So if I come back here, the 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 4 check is the risk parameters. That's something new that I added. That's why I was saying 3 out of 3. This is I just added this to my trading plan. To my trading journal. So if the risk parameters is check mark, the entries is check mark, which is the breaker structure of the 15-minute, 5 minute, or a higher time frame sweep. And then the actual entry signal, this is more so the setup. And then these only have 2 entry signals, which is a 5 minute break of the candle or a 1 minute break of the candle after sweeping the 5 minute highs. So I haven't really got a chance to show y'all that entry because I usually just enter on the 5 minute. It happens a lot, so I don't really have much evidence to show y'all that. But so yes, the risk parameters is 1, the entry setup is 2, the and the break of the candle is 3, and then this counts as 2. The stop loss, how much I'm risking, my target, that counts as 2, and then the entry setup counts as 3. The entry setup counts as 3, and then the actual execution counts as 4. So if I have all 4 of those checked, then I'm good. If I only have 3 checked, then that's a C plus setup, and I really, even if I win that setup, I really shouldn't be taking that entry because it doesn't meet all my criteria. So that's really all I got for this video. Breakdown of the trade, added things to my trading journal, and also um the free combine. If y'all fail to combine, no matter the account size, check your emails because Topstep did send emails around the afternoon today, uh, Central Standard Time, about free resets. So, and they said it goes for any size account. So, yeah, go and take advantage of that if you can. But other than that, I'll see y'all for day 2 of my road to 6 figures. So, thank y'all for watching. Comment if you have any questions, and yeah, I'll see y'all the next day.